Accra High Court declines PPP's application for interlocutory injunction.
Hello and welcome to News Hour on GBC 24 and GTV. My name is Shirley Annan.
I'm Gifty AJ and other stories. Shirley.
An Accra High Court has declined to grant the PPP's application for interlocutory injunction against the collection of deposits by the Electoral Commission. The court, presided over by Mr. Justice Daniel Mensah, has deferred his reasons to next Tuesday, the 11th of October. Counsel for the PPP, Dennis Owusu-Fusuapia, argued that the deposit of 50,000 cedis for presidential candidates and 10,000 for parliamentary candidates is not warranted by law.
The party claimed it does not have the 2.8 million Ghana cedis required by the EC to participate in the elections, more so when it risks losing it to the state in the situation where the PPP fails to secure a specific percentage in the elections. Mr. Fusuapia urged further that the party's right as a political party to participate in the elections will be lost if the court did not restrain the EC from taking the deposit. In the case of the PPP, that the failure of the Commission to take a regulation to back the filing fees should not waive the party's right to take part in the elections. Counsel for the EC, Mr. Thaddeus Sori, opposed the application for interlocutory injunction, arguing that the payment of the deposit is lawful.
Now, government has pledged to live up to expectation as far as the rules of international practices regarding elections are concerned. Speaking at a Socialist International Conference in Accra, Vice President Kwesi Arthur said government is committed to uphold the popular will of the people when Ghana goes to the polls this year. His pledge comes amidst calls to ensure free and fair elections so as to further entrench Ghana's democracy. Nuto Bibini Nuto has more.
At a conference in 2002, the NDC, then in opposition, decided to adopt social democracy as its political philosophy. Pursuant to that, the NDC opened new departments within the party, such as international affairs. The late Professor Atta Mills and Kofi Awono led the NDC to join the Socialist International, a group of like-minded political parties across the world who believe socialism and social democracy is the way to redeem the majority of people from poverty, deprivation, and exclusion. This is premised on equitable distribution of state resources. In contrast, capitalism is a politico-economic philosophy in which ability determines how much one gets. This puts the weak and vulnerable at a disadvantaged position. They become victims of social exclusion and they become poor and hopeless. Socialism takes care of all. The African chapter of Socialist International is meeting in Accra to strategize on current security challenges facing the continent, as well as advance the ultimate vision of providing jobs, quality education, and health systems to the African people. According to former Greek leader and president of Socialist International, George Papandreou, 16 of their member parties are in power, an indication that the social protection net of socialism is securing many more people.
We want to promote policies that will provide an umbrella, will protect the weakest, those who suffer most from inequality, those who are discriminated against because of gender, ethnic or cultural identity. But I also see this umbrella as a way to give a roof under which the great potential of our citizens, of your citizens, of Africa, of its people, and the citizens of Africa be realized. If we want to promote these goals, our political parties are instrumental. They are crucial. Our success depends on having a progressive socialist and social democratic party in government, not only in Ghana, but in Africa and around the world. And we do need to win elections. And we will win this election in Ghana.
Vice President Kwesi Mr. Arthur said the NDC is a proud member of this progressive group and would continue to advance the welfare of the poor Ghanaian.
In our manifesto for the election scheduled for December this year, we have renewed our commitment to investing in people, expanding our economic infrastructure, creating jobs, and governing in an open and transparent manner. As a governing party, we pledge to do nothing to thwart the will of the people of Ghana. We will respect the rules of engagement without interfering in the work of the state institutions that are assigned responsibility to ensure free and fair elections. The NDC is confident of success in this election. But winning the election is not our only objective. Our responsibility is to use that victory to pursue the goal of creating a fairer world, eliminating poverty and inequality, and creating opportunity for all to achieve their potential. That is our commitment.
Antonio Guterres, a former Prime Minister of Portugal, who became President of Socialist International between 1999 and 2005, has been named as the successor to UN Chief Ban Ki-moon. The progressives believe that the move will humanize the face of globalization. Nto Bibini Nto, GBC 24, Accra.
And still in the capital, the Ghana Police Service says an information circulating in the media that the service is placing a hold on motor checks was indeed a directive from the service, but was not meant for the media and the public. The police administration says it is unfortunate that an internal correspondence of such importance was leaked to the public through unknown means.
The memorandum went viral on social media last Tuesday and was broadcast by some traditional media organizations. In it was a directive from the police administration to personnel to suspend motor check duties across the country. The general public reacted differently to the information. While some read political meanings into it, others raised security concerns. At a news conference, the Ghana Police Administration said such practices are not new to the service but have been issued a number of times in past years, including 2012. The Director General of Administration, COP Ransford Moses Nelson, explained that the exercise has not been totally cancelled and reviewed that the police will conduct random checks.
Highway patrol personnel who are not to undertake motor check duties do in fact engage in motor checks instead of checking arms and ammunition, drugs, stolen vehicles, and most importantly, curb the incidence of highway robberies. This practice tends to defeat our core mandate, which is to reduce crime on our highways and in our neighborhoods to the barest minimum. The signal not to check documents of drivers and vehicles was not directed at the MTTD personnel, but the highway patrol personnel.
The police says the measure is to further address growing issue of traffic congestion, inconveniences caused to road users who are subjected to hours of checks on the road, and direct attention of the police to traffic management. The police asked the public to desist from reading political meaning into the matter, but rather help to achieve sanity on the roads. The Veterans Administration of Ghana VAG is calling on the public to patronize poppies to help raise funds to support Ghana's war veterans. The poppy has a long association with Remembrance Day. The distinctive red flower is a potent symbol of remembrance of the sacrifices made in past wars and has come to represent the immeasurable sacrifice and lasting memorial to those who died in World War I and later conflicts. Buy a poppy and put a smile on the face of a veteran.
The Veterans Association of Ghana, VAG, formerly Ghana Legion, is also to be called the Veterans Administration of Ghana. Each year, VAG launches its annual Poppy Appeal project to solicit funds to take care of maintenance, welfare, and medical needs of retired military personnel. The administration is therefore appealing to the public to buy and wear the red poppy to help support the needs of the aged and physically challenged war veterans across the country. At the launch of this year's Poppy Appeal, the chairman of the VAG board, Commodore Steve Obimpe, retired, said the poppy has over the years become a symbol of peace and remembrance in honor of those who died during the First and Second World Wars. He appealed to everyone to buy one.
It is sad to know, ladies and gentlemen, that knowledge about the poppy among the general public in Ghana, especially the youth, is very low, resulting in poor patronage. We therefore wish to appeal to the Ghana Education Service and the National Commission on Civic Education to educate the general public about the significance of poppy.
The wearing of the red poppy helps to keep faith with deceased and surviving veterans, some of who are maimed and aged.
Now, the 1994-1996 year group of the Ghana School of Law has donated a set of electronic equipment valued at 28,000 Ghana cedis to their alma mater. The gesture was in gratitude to the law school as the group marks its 20 years of being called to the bar. It was also to enhance academic work in the school.
The Ghana School of Law was established in 1958 by Ghana's first president, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Over the years, the school has churned out lawyers of various categories, enriching the nation's human resource base. In an effort to enhance academic work in the school, the 1996 year group donated these equipment. The items included LCD projectors and projector screens, set of wireless microphone system and speakers. The director of the school, Mr. Kwesi Prempe Ek, who received the items, expressed gratitude to the group.
Since you left 20 years ago, God has been merciful to you. God has looked after you very well. And 20 years after you were called to the bar, you've remembered us. We thank you for your sense of community, the sense of gratitude you have for the law school. And everything you give to us, or you are giving to us today, will be put to very good use.
The coordinator of the group, Daniel Abdul Karim, said the gesture was in appreciation for the contributions the school made to their success in life.
You know, all of us are products of the University of Ghana and this school. And we've been in private practice, virtually all of us, for 20 years. And as part of the activities marking the event, we thought it was necessary for us to go beyond the normal merrymaking, partying and dancing. We should generate some resources, put it together, buy something and give it back to the law school. So it is a way of telling the law school that we appreciate the certificates we took from this institution.
The visibly happy past student during their days raised one another. For the first time in about 2 decades, they took a tour of the school.
Vice President Kwesi Arthur says the ruling NDC is the only credible party with a credible leader in the person of President John Mahama, who is taking the country on the path of development. Campaigning for vote at Aswasi in the Ashanti region, Mr. Arthur was emphatic that the Mahama administration has opened a fresh page in the development march of the country, for which it deserves another term.
The densely populated Muslim community of Aswasi is one of NDC's safe seats in an MPP-dominated Ashanti region. Within the last 4 years, the people can point to many infrastructural development as their share of the national cake. At a campaign launch of the NDC, speakers mentioned various projects in the Ashanti region in general and Aswasi in particular as compelling reasons for which John Mahama should be thumbed into his second term.
Yenim say, wakoye ne konkonti ba. Only agenema eda ensuo ba kono. Ese se ni dia no wa ne ma yentini. Osori yenim say ni no no agene. Na wodiri kakra na ni dia no te na no shati aba.
Mr. Arthur, who inaugurated the campaign team of the Asawasi constituency and introduced Alhaji Muntaka Mubarak as the NDC parliamentary candidate, said the track record of candidate John Mahama makes him the most preferred choice in the December 7 elections.
Na John Mahama, wabejina kona ho na MPP missing. Woman back. Now if you say round 2, launch your manifesto. Sunyani, Nadia Mahama will do her no launching manifesto. No do manifesto no. I'm saying General Mosquito we come here. We have manifesto no. Round 3. December 7th, national election was na obi round 1 call, round 2 on my. I just say the need yesha form because it our plan to be for round 3. Inti aswase 4 na meba kan say munhwe muye na yem policy ballot no. Na obi and me and fa bibi and bedada na wanji seat no.
The NDC's fortunes have appreciated phenomenally with each election in the Asawasi constituency, but the party says it is targeting a whopping 60,000 votes come December.
We have business coming up. Please stay with us.
Hello again, it's Friday. My name is Morris Ogbete. Let's get update from the world of business. Now, more than 55 countries representing over 55% of greenhouse gas emissions have signed the Paris Agreement on climate change. The Paris Agreement aims to keep global warming below the critical threshold of 2 or even 1.5 degrees Celsius. Let's do banking because Fidelity Bank is aiming to be among the top 3 banks in the country in terms of assets, revenue, profit margins, turnaround time, quality banking service, and the most effective bank. The managing director of the bank, Jim Bading, said this at the launch of the bank's 10th anniversary in Accra.
The journey for Fidelity Bank started in 2006 after working as a discount house for 8 years. The bank started its expansion program, and by 2010, Fidelity had increased its branch network to 45. In 2014, Fidelity Bank acquired the then ProCredit to enable it to tailor its services to the SME sector efficiently. The bank in the same year raised $127 million as Tier 1 and Tier 2 capital. Now, Fidelity Bank has 75 branches, 110 ATM across the country, more than 1,000 agents. Fidelity Bank currently has more than 400 million Ghana cedis in capital, with total assets in the region of 4 million Ghana cedis. In 2015, Fidelity Bank was adjudged the best bank at Ghana Banking Awards. The bank also has a distinguished record in corporate social responsibility. Fidelity Bank in the last 10 years has rolled out a number of products and services. These include the Fidelity Prestige Banking and Corporate and Investment Banking. The Fidelity Prestige Banking is a tailor-made banking that comes with unique products and services that are accessible at all times. The Managing Director of Fidelity Bank Ghana, Jim Bading, outlined the strategy for the next 10 years.
Our mission is to be one of top 3 banks in the country by the end of 2018. In 2009, we set in our sights to become one of top 5 banks by the year 2014. And guess what? We achieved it.
Fidelity Bank started its banking journey with a tagline, "A new standard," but the bank now has a new tagline, "Believe with us."
Believe in us is a purpose-driven slogan. This is aimed at inspiring optimism. It is aimed at a can-do attitude, and it is aimed at audacity itself, daring to dream, and challenging people to do the impossible. Believe with us means that if you believed with us, we will change lives in the communities. We will impact lives for the better going forward.
Officials of the bank say they will look to explore other venues to expand in the next 10 years and work hard to increase customer base.
And still in business, the 2016 Clients Exhibition and Trade Show of the Rural Enterprises Program has officially opened in Accra. The aim is to showcase made in Ghana goods and products to encourage the youth who seek to acquire entrepreneurial skills to enroll onto the program. Bolgatanga in the Upper East region was the venue for the last Rural Enterprises Program Client Exhibition and Trade Show held 2 years ago. This time, Wija, the Ghana Municipal Assembly, is hosting the 2016 edition. The Rural Enterprises Program forms part of government intervention to reduce poverty and improve living conditions in rural areas. About 500 clients of the Rural Enterprises Program from all 161 participating district and municipal assemblies are representing their districts and have showcased a variety of technologies and skills acquired through the program. The clients of the Rural Enterprises Program are poor people, particularly women, who seek to be self-employed but lack the skills and startup capital. The Minister for Trade and Industry, Dr. Ekosbio Gabra, and his entourage inspected the made in Ghana products on display and interacted with the people. The products include gari, palm oil, grass cutter, liquid soap, slippers, bags and fabrics. The rest are fufu machine, rice machine and corn sheller machine. The Minister for Trade and Industry, Dr. Ekosbio Gabra, said small and medium-scale enterprises contribute significantly to the creating of wealth, jobs and provision of essential goods and services for especially people in rural areas.
The majority of opportunities in this country, in Cote d'Ivoire, in Nigeria, in South Africa, for the next 100 years will be in the private sector. For the next 100 years while we are alive. So the sooner all of us get tuned to that message, that it's the private sector and small and medium enterprises that will be the drivers of economic growth in Ghana and in Africa and in most parts of the world, even in Asia and Latin America. It's the same thing.
The director of the Rural Enterprises Program, Mr. Kwesi Atta MP, said the products at the exhibition and trade show will be exposed to the international market.
We shall see the exhibition and sale of quality and affordable made in Ghana products and services from people who previously were unemployed, worked for others, or operated smaller businesses, some of which were struggling to stand on their feet. These products and services are the result of the skills and technologies acquired by the clients from the various interventions provided through the Rural Enterprises Program in each of the districts and communities represented here.
The exhibition and trade show, which is underway at the West Hills Mall, will end on Sunday, 9th October. We go back to the interbank market where the dollar is trading at 3 cedis 95 pesos, the pound at 5 cedis and the euro at 4 cedis 45 pesos. We also get latest prices of major commodities on the international market. Insurance News is brought to you by SIC Live. Now, the Caribbean Catastrophe Risk Insurance Facility has announced that Haiti, where Category 4 Hurricane Matthew wreaked havoc earlier this week, will receive a payout of some $20 million for cover. Insurance News was brought to you by SIC Live.
An NGO, Hope for Future Generations, has partnered the University of Ghana School of Public Health and some development partners to strengthen linkages between civil society organizations and academia on issues of healthcare in the country. The meeting also aimed to improve research, implementation and monitoring of health trends and progress towards target of the Sustainable Development Goals.
The forum was organized by the Hope for Future Generation HFFG in partnership with the School of Public Health. It provided a common ground for civil society organizations and academia to dialogue on the health provisions in the SDGs. Key issues discussed included enhancing capacity in the health sector to enable it to work with other sectors at national, regional and global events, implementing research findings from the tertiary institutions across the country to improve upon the quality of health of the citizens. The Deputy Director, Environmental Policy at the National Development Planning Commission, Dr. Felix Adoyobo, gave an insight into the health provisions in the SDGs.
Even if you are working in health sector, you need infrastructure, you need access, you need good roads to the health facility, you need reliable water supply to the health facility. So it's not prudent to just think about having your health facility with all the gadgets in there and then not having reliable electricity, for instance.
The Executive Director of Hope for Future Generations, Mrs. Cecilia Seno, said primary health care is a major concern of her outfit, hence the move to engage School of Public Health to build capacity for students towards delivering enhanced health care.
As an organization, we realize that where the world is going now is evidence. Everything you do must have some sort of evidence. So we want to use some of the findings from their research to translate it into action, and then we use it for our work and also generate some results.
Students were exposed to the employment opportunities that exist in the health and civil society sectors.
A 3-year-old Rebecca Asiagbo has been diagnosed with a defect of the spinal cord. She's unable to sit, talk, walk, and move her hands. The doctors say she needs to undergo 5 different tests. In order to correct the problem with the spinal cord, she needs an amount of 5,000 Ghana cedis for the correction. Her father is appealing to the public to assist.
Spastic cerebral palsy is a developmental disorder caused by damage to the brain before or during birth or within the first few years of life. It is the most common type of cerebral palsy. The disease is characterized by jerky movements and muscle and joint stiffness. This condition prevents the normal development of motor function. It often makes simple tasks difficult, such as walking and picking up small objects. Some children with spastic cerebral palsy also develop co-occurring conditions as a result of their brain injury. Rebecca's condition started when she was 6 months old. Rebecca needs 5,000 Ghana cedis to correct her condition.
Obi batina baby abisa ni hu se adentina obi baba yare a obaba gina TV so se onyi ni sika fa bonu nti wonu de oni adwuma bia odi ni sika ba ya na ewonu se obetimi akasa de na nso akola we mobo abia wo sika wo de be ya adwuma de bi na nso senyame amamu a wo so wontimi nye na so hu akola we mobo na so hu akola wontimi nkasa mobo a abia problem bi obabi ma onyame nso batimi asobu sa problem no ma enti hu akola we mobo na nyame nso hu mobo kakra wo bia wodi bo support akola we abrabo bia wodi waso mbo kwa nyame nim ama wo so wanya abrabo mu apunto timidamu nyina ase.
According to her father, Rebecca's mother ran away when she realized the plight of her child. The child now lives with the father, who cannot work because of her condition. All donations can be sent to mobile money account number 0248 017 818. Again, 0248 017 818. And the account name is Julius Atiagbo. Any amount will be highly appreciated.
Hello, welcome. Time for us to bring you bits and pieces from happenings in and around the world of sports. I'm Theophilus Sampa. We go straight to Tamale, where the Black Stars played a 0-0 drawn game with the Cranes of Uganda. The encounter was at the start of Group E's 2018 FIFA World Cup qualifiers. The Black Stars created numerous chances but could not convert the chances that came their way. The Stars will next play Egypt before facing Congo in Group E. Here are some highlights of the game.
These Ugandans, we have to take full advantage of the...
Well, it has happened.
From Tamale to Accra, where the Baseball and Softball Association will for the first time be participating in the annual Japan Week celebration. The championship will take place on the 9th of October at the Laboni Senior High School. The Cochin Ghana-Japan Baseball and Softball field at the Laboni Senior High School will come alive on Sunday when a 4-team championship takes place. The championship is forming part of activities lined up in celebrating the 2016 edition of the Japan Week celebrations. Japan's involvement in promoting baseball in Ghana started in 1997, and they have tried to develop the national team, the Rising Stars. Ghana is currently ranked third in Africa. With baseball now an Olympic sport, the Ghana Baseball and Softball Association says they have plans in place for the national team, the Rising Stars, for the 2020 Olympics, which will be staged in Tokyo, Japan. The Japan Week celebration aims at showcasing various Japanese cultural and traditional activities. And so whilst Africans are taking part in the World Cup qualifiers, the rest of European countries are also taking part. And so bring you some highlights of some of the games that have been played so far.
In other news, a news release coming in from the Electoral Commission says all nominated candidates for the 2016 presidential and parliamentary elections are to submit bankers' draft in respect of filing fees to the Electoral Commission not later than 12 o'clock on Monday, October 10, 2016. In a statement, the head of communications, Eric Jakbasu, said all presidential candidates are to submit their draft to the returning officer at the head office of the Electoral Commission, whilst parliamentary candidates are to submit their draft at the district offices of the Commission. The statement says this is an essential requirement for acceptance as a candidate for elections 2016, and all candidates must equally comply. We'll take another break, and then when we come back, entertainment is next.
The Greater Accra Division of the Musicians Union of Ghana, in collaboration with Star Ghana, have embarked on a peace walk. The walk was dubbed Using Music for National Cohesion during election 2016. The organizers say the move is to promote peace before, during, and after the elections. The peace walk by the Greater Accra Division of the Musicians Union of Ghana started from Efwa Sutherland Children's Park through some principal streets of the capital. The musicians walked past the National Theatre, through the Trust Towers, TUC, and the Dabaka Cathedral. Musicians like Tego Sisters, Gift Yosei, Celestine Donko, Shege, Reverend Yosin, Daddy Bosco, Obuo, and Bessa Simons all showed up. Groups like Ghana Walk for Peace, Actors Guild, Ghana Supporters Union, Scout and Guide Fellowship Ghana, and Ghana First Supporters Union also participated. The group finally converged at the Efwa Sutherland Children's Park again for a short derby. Some of the participants spoke to GBC 24.
Ghana is all we have. We don't need any fight. Now just imagine if there is a fight, where will your old men go?
If you are home and you didn't come, tell somebody right sitting by you that I stand for peace. And I tell the person to tell you that I respond that I pledge for peace. So if I say I stand for peace, you say I pledge for peace. Ghana, I stand for peace, we pledge for peace.
The president for Musica, Bice Osei-Kufo, explained the rationale behind the work.
Every year we embark on the particular social responsibility project. Now this year, one of our key projects that we're embarking on is the Musica National Peace Campaign, which involves a series of peace walks, peace concerts, and peace media activations. We've started this over the last 4 months. We've been across all the 10 regions where we held peace walks and peace concerts in most of the regional capitals.
The chairman of the Greater Accra Division of Musica, Ras Caleb Apia Levi, had some concerns.
I'm not impressed. Why? I am the Greater Accra chairman of the Musicians Union of Ghana. I sat down behind my desk and typed all this invitation and addressed them and dispatched them myself. Driving all, buying fuel and driving, going. We even changed the dates. I have to rewrite and do what? Go back again. But I'm sorry to say none of them are here. Go and vote. But don't die for no political party. You must only die for God.
According to organizers, a peace concert will be held to climax their activities.
Well, this is how we end this bulletin, but before we go, let's look at the main stories again. And an Accra High Court today declined to grant the PPP's application for interlocutory injunction against the collection of deposit by the Electoral Commission. The court, presided over by Mr. Justice Daniel Mensah, has deferred his response to next Tuesday, the 11th of October.
Set for News Hour on GBC 24 and GTV News tonight is at 10:30. Please make a date.
Thank you for watching.